Hello everyone and welcome to Morning Coffee Break. I hope everybody's doing great this morning. It's Wednesday, April 17th. Currently it's 65 degrees. High today is going to be a comfortable 73 degrees with 30% chance of rain, and winds are at 5 miles per hour right now. It doesn't sound too awful bad. I don't know if it'll rain or not. It doesn't look like it right now, but it may move in later. Sometimes they move in real quick, you know. Today there'll be an Aldi haul. We went there, and I'm getting a little aggravated with our Aldi because a lot of empty spaces on the shelves and freezers and stuff. I don't know if they're just not keeping up with it, they're not ordering enough, if they're having trouble getting the stuff or what, but it certainly is aggravating. But we did go there and we found quite a few new items, and also I bought some items that I started paying more attention to the red tags on stuff, and sometimes it amounts to a pretty good amount of savings. So I've got some of the red tag items in this haul also. I would definitely check it out. There's some good information on there too as well. What's for dinner? I don't know if it's come out yet. It was Kroger. I guess it was the Kroger haul. We got some roasted vegetables. They were Picked Sweet brand, I believe. And I've got some smoked sausage that I bought a while back at one of the Walmart hauls. They had that same sausage that they have it's John Morrell, that they have at Dollar Tree. Only I know I'm pretty positive it was less than $1.25. It was cheaper than that. So I use that because it's just enough. You know, it's not a big, huge portion, but it's enough for 3 of us when it's cut up and stuff. So we're going to have that, smoked sausage and roasted vegetables and some cornbread. Okay, time for jokes of the day. A football coach was asked about his star lineman. The coach replied, "He doesn't know the meaning of the word fear. In fact, I have seen his grades, and there are a lot of words he doesn't know the meaning of." Okay. Husband, every time I yell and get angry at you, you never fight back. How do you manage your anger? Wife, I clean the toilet seat. Husband, how does that help? Wife, I use your toothbrush. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Thought of the day is from Jon Stewart. I was born with an adult head and a tiny body, like a Peanuts character. Okay, I saw one that sounded a little challenging, and I don't know if they're all going to be about Greece, but let me see if I can get to it without going through all this. Okay, Socrates was a Greek philosopher from which century? 35th century BCE, 5th century BCE, 15th century BCE, or 25th century BCE. Told you it might be challenging. I've read and watched stuff about Greece, you know, ancient Greece. 35th century, 5th century, 15th century, 25th century. I want to say it was 5th. Yeah, that's right. I remember, I mean, I wasn't for sure, but I remembered something about that from one of the things I watched. So it's 5th century. Socrates was an ancient Greek philosopher, one of the 3 greatest figures of the ancient period of Western philosophy. The others were Plato and Aristotle, who lived in Athens in the 5th century BCE, a legendary figure even in his own time. He was admired by his followers for his integrity, his self-mastery, his profound philosophical insight, and his great argumentative skill. Next, maybe these are just general. I'm not, general question. What does a doctor use to listen to your heart? Microscope, stethoscope, blood pressure monitor, thermometer. This one's almost goofy. It seemed like they were going to be challenging anyway. It was stethoscope. Nope, not microscope. Stethoscope. Yeah. I'd like to see him use a blood pressure monitor to listen to your heart. The stethoscope is a medical device for auscultation or listening to internal sounds of an animal or human body. Enough about that. Okay, maybe this one's a little challenging. What was Sir Winston Churchill's pet poodle called? And I believe I've heard this before, but I don't really remember. Jack, Nelson, Dodo, Rufus. Poodle. Jack, Nelson, Dodo, Rufus. I don't know. But it seems like I have heard that, and I don't know why. I just can't remember. I want to say my first inclination was Jack for some reason, and then I thought Rufus. So it's Jack, Nelson, Dodo, Rufus. If I go, whichever one I go with, it'll be the other one. So I'm going with Jack. Nope, it was Rufus. I knew it. Rufus. Sir Winston Leonard Spencer Churchill was a British statesman, soldier, and writer who served as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom twice. Well, let's going to talk all about that. He had pet cats and dogs such as his bulldog Dodo, poodle Rufus, wartime cat Nelson, and marmalade cat Jock. He also had butterflies, fish, cows, pigs, and swans. He had a whole zoo, didn't he? I knew if whichever one I picked would be the other one. It's funny. Which former James Bond plays a detective in the Knives Out film? Knives Out. That doesn't really ring a bell with me, those films. Roger Moore, Sean Connery, Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan. Which former plays a detective in the Knives Out film? I don't think it's Roger or Sean. But I saw I saw Daniel Craig in some kind of a movie, and he had it was funny because he had an American accent. He was supposed to be American in the movie, and I don't think he had that great of an American accent. It didn't sound right. I'm gonna say Daniel Craig. Right. Maybe that's what I was watching. Audiences were first introduced to the Benoit Blanc in the 2019 Whodunit feature Knives Out, starring an eclectic ensemble cast. The movie was a throwback to classic murder mystery films. Yeah, that's what I think I was watching. Okay. In which U.S. state was the country's first female mayor elected? Wow, okay. New York, California, Utah, Kansas. First female mayor. New York, California, Utah, Kansas. I don't really know, but California seemed like they were always doing things first and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'll go for California. No, it's Kansas. Okay. After Kansas granted women the right to vote in municipal elections in February 1887, Susanna Medora Salter was elected mayor of Argonia, Kansas on April 4, 1887. I didn't know it was that far back, so I'm learning something here. And became the first female mayor in the United States. Wow. Says she had been nominated without her knowledge or consent as a stunt intended to discourage women from participation in the political process. And then she won. In 1862, Nancy Smith won the mayoral election of Oskaloosa, Iowa, after being nominated as a joke, but she declined to hold office. That's a different one, I guess. Next question. 3 right, 2 wrong. Who was the astronaut that first stepped on the moon in 1969? Charles Duke, Alan L. Bean, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong. Man, I remember this, but I was like 10 years old, so I wasn't really paying much attention to, the names of them or anything. But Charles Duke, Alan L. Bean, Buzz Aldrin, Neil Armstrong. I think it was Buzz Aldrin. No, it was Neil. I knew it was one of the two. It was Neil Armstrong. Just learned a little something there I might need in the future. On July 20, 1969, Neil Armstrong became the first human to step on the moon. He and Aldrin walked around. So Buzz was there, but he was the second. Walked around for 3 hours. They did experiments. They picked up bits of moon dirt and rocks. They put a U.S. flag on the moon. They also left a sign on the moon. The 2 astronauts returned to orbit, joining Collins. On July 24, 1969, all 3 astronauts came back to Earth safely. Yeah, I got it mixed up which one was the first. So 3 right, 3 wrong. Oh no. The Bunker Hill Monument has how many steps? 294, 594, 194, 394. I got the 94 on all of them. Golly, I don't know. And that's not the Bunker Hill Monument, is it? Isn't that like the Washington Monument or something? I don't know. That's what it looks like. Gosh, that's a lot of steps. I'm going to go, just as a guess, I'm going to go with 194 because that just seems like a ton of steps. No, it's 294. Wow. I've never seen, I don't think I've seen it. Maybe I haven't, just didn't pay attention how many steps it was. The Bunker Hill Monument is a monument erected at the site of the Battle of Bunker Hill in Boston, Massachusetts, which was among the first major battles between the Redcoats and the Patriots in the American Revolutionary War. So it must be that picture. The 221-foot granite obelisk, which that's what the picture was, an obelisk, was erected between 1825 and 1843. Wow, I didn't know it was that far back that it was in Charlestown, Massachusetts, with granite from nearby Quincy conveyed to the site via the purpose-built granite railway, followed by trip barge. There are 294 steps to the top. Wow. Okay, so I'm losing momentum here. 3 right, 4 wrong. Which ocean is Bermuda located? Atlantic, Indian, Pacific, Arctic. Atlantic, Indian, Pacific, Arctic. Oh, wow. I think it's Pacific. No, it's Atlantic. I get them backwards sometimes. So learn something else. So Bermuda is in the Atlantic Ocean. Bermuda, historically known as the Bermudas or Somers Isles, is a British overseas territory in the North Atlantic Ocean. The Bermuda Archipelago consists of 181 islands with a total land area of 21 square miles. Wow, 181, it's only 21 square miles. Wow, okay. The closest land outside the territory is the U.S. state of North Carolina. Oh, I was thinking Bermuda was on the other side, like towards Hawaii. Or I would have realized it was, what I say? It was the Atlantic. I mean, I said Pacific. That Pacific is on the other side. So I got it mixed up. Is North Carolina, which approximately 643 miles to the northwest. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Next question. Who signed the Declaration of War on the United Kingdom in 1812? James Madison, James Monroe, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams. Now, we had a question a while back, and I don't know if I'm remembering it right, that said it was the what they call Department of War or something like that, who was the first head of the Department of War. And so that would say, you know, that would be this person. And I think it was James Madison. It's either James Madison or James Monroe, I think. It is James Madison, so I did remember that right. So see, learn and remember. An act declaring war between the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland and the dependencies thereof, well, and the United States of America and their territories was passed on by the 12th United States Congress on June 18, 1812, signed by James Madison, the 4th President of the United States. So he was president when he did that. Okay. Next question. One more. I'd be lucky if I break even. Black Friday is on the day after which holiday? Christmas, 4th of July, New Year's, Thanksgiving. You know, I don't pay attention to all that much. I mean, we don't go out and go shopping after a holiday. You know, we don't do that. Not that it's not a good thing to do, but it's just too crazy. I've seen stuff about these people, you know, going crazy in these things, and I'm sure our Walmart's that way too. I think it's Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving. Yeah, so at least I broke even. Black Friday is a colloquial term for the Friday after Thanksgiving in the United States. It traditionally marks the start of the Christmas shopping season. Many stores offer highly promoted sales at discounted prices and often open early, sometimes as early as midnight or even on Thanksgiving. Not me, I won't be there. Some store sales continue to Monday, Cyber Monday, or for a week, Cyber Week. So I went 5 and 5. I learned a few things, and I also missed by thinking too much, I think, on some of them. If I'd have just gone with my that one about the oceans, I had it backwards. I thought Bermuda was on the side where like Hawaii and California was. I don't know why, but because they go to Bermuda, there's like boats and stuff that go from Florida. I should have thought about that for, you know, take people there for vacations and stuff. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this morning's coffee break. If you did, I hope you'll press that like button. Also subscribe if you haven't already, and share this out and hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. Definitely check out the Aldi haul. Got some great, fantastic new finds in it and some good prices too. So everybody have a great day and God bless.